Oh, is it started?
Oh, just started. Fat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm coming at?
No.
No, okay. Whatever. I'll tell you later. You don't get to hear it. The Acacia.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'll tell you later. I didn't get whatever. The Acacia Strain put out a new song entitled Cauterizer off of their new album, Coma Witch. Coming out.
What is it called?
The song?
Yeah.
Cauterizer.
Alright.
Coming out, the record drops. It comes out, Jesus Christ, October 14th on Rise Records, and this is the follow-up to Death is the Only Mortal from 2012. And so we're here to talk about this jam. The Acacia Strain has 2 new guitar players now, so DL isn't writing their music anymore. So a little bit change. What'd you think? What's the word, Bert?
Like the last time I really listened to this band, like their newest material was a while ago. I listened to that Above and Below EP, sort of whatever 2 songs sort of thing, and it's kind of, I sort of got the idea of what they're doing now with the new guitarists, like where they might be going. This is sort of where I kind of saw they would be going. I'm just gonna say, like, my favorite album from this band is Continent. It'll probably always be Continent. Wormwood was good too, and it's just, you see in like the direction they're going, and it seems like they've sort of traded in that like hardcore sort of thing with a lot of speed and going toward like the more heavy side of things. Death is the Only Mortal being not like the best example of it. I mean, it was a decent album, but I mean, if they would have put out a stronger album, personally, not to say I dislike this band or anything, I just lost interest in them over time. Maybe because they just went, with just different directions. But Death is the Only Mortal seemed to be a lot of I'm not gonna like lump them in with like breakdown bands, but it seemed to be a lot of like open string stuff and just not like as much like riffage as you might want. And this song, it kind of brings riffage, but like a groovy, heavy kind of riff style. I don't really know how to say it. I feel like it's not, brand new. I feel like it's a lot better live, but listening to the studio version of it, it just seems like it didn't impress me. Like it's like, oh, the new Acacia Strain is like new Acacia Strain. It didn't feel new to me. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's definitely, I like the song better than quite a lot of Death is the Only Mortal, and Above and Below seem to be pretty drone-ish. I was trying to think of the word, and Tyler said it earlier, but yeah, it's like slow, and it kind of drones on that sense of heavy. But this seems to like, pick it up a little bit, and I don't know how the rest of the album is going to be, but I think this could be a good taste of an album. I feel like it could be heavier.
Yeah.
It'll probably be heavy live, but it's just listening to it studio. One thing it just kind of sucks that bands do nowadays, and it's not to the degree of Whitechapel's last album or anything, but like there's nothing wrong with having like a dirty sound or anything. Clean isn't always heavier and like, oh, you want to go clean, go down, whatever, It's better. The best example I could think of, I was listening to it a few days ago, is I Declare War's Malevolence. Like the heaviest album probably of all time. Not like the most original, like the most, like trend-setting, whatever. Just plain heavy. And it has such a dirty sound, and, a lot of bands are just too clean for their own good anymore. And I felt like it could have benefited from being a little dirtier and not as like produced or anything, but not too thrilled with it, but I like it. And, I mean, that's just me. No, I'm excited for the album, just as I was excited for the last album, after hearing the first song they put out with Victims of the Cave. And it was a pretty decent song. I'm looking forward to how the album's going to go with Devin, and knowing he was in Oceano. They had some pretty, like, heavy stuff then, but, I mean, it is disappointing that it's not as heavy as I would personally, like it to be. But it'll probably be heavier live. It's just, I like it, but, I'm not, like, blown away by it. I guess is my overall impression of it. Vincent sounds good. I guess, like, the high screams were, like, kind of a death is the only mortal, and that's kind of it thing, sort of. Maybe. I don't know. It's just, he sort of did them in, like, combination with his, like, normal scream, but nothing like just high screams or whatever. I'm not sure if he's, not going to do that anymore. He's going to do that. I don't know, but.
Kind of feel with Sam. I mean, I like this song. I'm just not like, dude, did you hear the new Acacia Strain song? You have to hear it. Like, it's the greatest thing in the world. But the thing I appreciated from this is there was more energy in this song. Yeah. And while Death is the Only Mortal was just it was a heavy album, When you're not in the mood for that album, it can be very just a hard thing to listen to. Just because of how it's just the same pace, this slow, just chugging away, just crawling heaviness. So I really liked them, going back to, not completely like Continent or the Dead Walk days of, more hardcore style, just something a little bit more upbeat. Something a little bit more energy. It had energy pretty much the entire way through, which was cool. And the main riff is really fucking catchy. So I thought that was cool. The ending was interesting. It's so not original in any single possible fucking way. It's so overused, but Acacia Strain can pull something like that off. And I'm sure we were just discussing it, like, those just open notes like that with such a low guitar tuning, they fucking destroy you live. And they are just so heavy. And that's one thing about the Acacia Strain live is that, they're just more heavy because they play a lot of more open strings. I fondly remember them playing Bay of Pigs, I think, when we saw him on the Welcome to Hell tour, and just that middle section, I was like, this is like the fucking heaviest thing in the world. Like, it destroys. So I'm sure that part will be cool live, but on record, it's not the most interesting thing to listen to. I mean, this song is kind of short and sweet, and it just kind of gets its point across, and it's done, which is cool. Vincent sounds cool. Vincent's always sounded like Vincent Bennett. There's nothing really new here. He's kind of, and I don't mean it in a bad way, he's kind of a monotone vocalist. He is kind of the same pitch the entire time. And that's not a bad thing, because I feel it works for the Acacia Strain style. And just, the overall shit that you're trying to go for. That's a professional describing word. I'm not professional. Fuck off. What else is there to say? The drums are pretty tits. What's his fucking name? Kevin. Kevin's a good drummer. Yeah, I always liked his drumming. And I was watching him, while we were watching the video, I was like, it's that fucking guy. I remember that guy. So, yeah, Kevin.
Wearing his stupid glasses at Warped Tour.
Yeah, so Kevin Tron did a good job. Like my drums.
Goop.
That's not nice, Keith.
Sorry.
He's white.
It's white. He is white.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Did you know that Kevin Tron failed out of school?
Did not know that.
Well, now
Now you know.
Now
Back
you
on
know.
top.
So, anyways, it's kind of all I have to say about this song that, Sam didn't say. So,
oh, man.
Yeah. The
Can't believe
Acacia
you said that on
Strain.
video.
Yeah, I'm a terrible person.
The Acacia Strain has a new album coming out. And they put out a new jam. And we
Yeah.
jammed it, and that's my thoughts. Is that your thoughts?
Like the last thing, like like the combo heaviness, you kind of want it to be loud, and it's just what?
Combo heaviness.
Yeah, like the whatever, man. Fuck
No,
that.
I just never heard that. It's a
But
good term.
it's like you want it to be loud and heavy, and it was heavy, but it like I'm trying to do like some of those signals like guys at E3 and stuff they do. Like it was what how am I trying to say here? I'm losing it. It just wasn't like loud enough. It didn't like blow your ass off or anything.
It didn't
like
fist you.
yeah, like it was like heavy and it's like yeah, this is a pretty cool song, but I feel like it would have that much more of an effect if it was just, you know, blatantly, you know, yeah, it's like stupidly kind of loud.
Yeah.
And like I like I said, I didn't dislike the song. I thought it was pretty cool, and it's just like little nitpicky things, I guess. But I don't know. Bands are moving towards that clean sound anymore, and sometimes you just need something kind of dirty and like a throwback almost. But I don't know. I feel like that's what works with like Vincent Bennett's vocals, and you know just the Acacia strain in general is like a dirty sound. You know, go all the way back to the fuck was that Whitechapel song? Vincent Bennett was on it.
Oh, Murder Sermon?
Yeah.
Dude, that song fucking
You know,
jams.
that kind of, you know, heavy dirtiness where it's not like clean or anything, you know, and it's just, it works. But it's still a pretty cool song. It's just a little bit heavier, a little bit louder, a little bit more disgusting. Because I feel like that's what the Acacia strain kind of is. It's just a big fucking dirt ball, and it's just like
Too clean of a dirt ball.
yeah. And
This is not the devil's word.
you're blowing it.
This is the murder sermon.
Yeah, I agree. If this was loud, it just sounded more fucking like 2007, this would be fucking amazing. And just like
Like this 2007 song.
it's Macklin Bean vocabulary. 2007 era deathcore. That's what he says all the time. 2007 era deathcore merch with colors.
I don't know. He's confusing.
Anyways, what's the score, Bert?
I don't know, like 42-1.
I'll give this about a 17 out of 3. So, bye. Dude.